How's it going, everyone? It's Silvally here with another exciting Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer analysis video. In case you guys haven't seen, the Pokemon Company International has just dropped a brand new trailer on their YouTube channel, and I'm so excited for it because I love seeing all the new evolutions, the new trainers, and pretty much everything that is brand new for it. I can't wait for this game to come out. So, if you guys are excited for it, definitely smash that like button. What we're going to be doing is showing you the full trailer right at the beginning. Then we're going to go through with the help of the Pokemon Sun and Moon website and break everything down so that you guys are well informed about everything that just happened. So, let's go through and do this. Alright, I'm going to go away for a second. See ya! So, what did you guys think? What did you guys think of that? That was awesome. Man, so many cool things happening in Pokemon Sun and Moon right now. So let's go through and take a look at the actual trailer from the very beginning and break it down with the help of the Pokemon Sun and Moon site. So, of course, we've got Pikachu over here always hyping us up at the beginning. So we got amazing evolutions. Now, this is good because now we know about type Null, and he evolves into Silvally. Silvally is a normal type with the ability RKS system, which is super cool. And I love this artwork right here. RKS system ability allows him to change type while holding certain items. Kind of reminds me of a certain other Pokemon, right? Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, he has the one unique move, which is multi-attack, and whatever type or item he's holding, he'll actually go through and do that. So we're going to show you guys the full screen of the Pokemon Sun and Moon website. Right over here is the Type Null evolution area on the site. Visit Pokemon-sunmoon.com, and then you guys can go over there too. So here we go. We're learning about Silvally. He seems like a pretty interesting Pokemon. Alright, so when Type Null gains a partner it can trust, it deliberately destroys the restraining device it wears. Once released from that heavy mass, the Pokemon's speed increases substantially. Freed of the restraining effects of its mass, Silvally's senses are heightened, and it reverts to its natural temperament. It has a wild nature, but it'll obey a trainer that it trusts, and to protect that trainer from danger, it will put its own life on the line. Silvally is said to have been created to oppose a threat. Ooh, what threat do you guys think that he'll be opposing? Let me know in the comments. Alright, by inserting exclusive items into the drive on Silvally's head... Into the drive on his head? Maybe on the backside? I don't know, it doesn't look like there's a spot for it. Let's see, its Arceus system can be activated. Okay, causing Silvally's somatic cells to mutate and glow. The Arceus system enables it to change its type, and its cells glow with different colors of light depending on its type. Alright. Silvally's ability is called Arceus System ability, which no previous Pokemon has ever had. By having Silvally hold items that correspond to each Pokemon type, it can change its own type. Multi-attack is a move that only Silvally can learn, and this move changes depending on which type it's actually holding. Now, of course, if you take a look at the trailer, you can see the different colorations of his tail will be depending on what type he's actually holding. So in competitive battling, you can already see what item he's going to be carrying. So, I don't know. Is that going to be good? That's very interesting. So, yeah, that's quite interesting to me. What do you guys think of that? Still cool. Alright, so we're going to look a little bit about Jangmo-o. Jangmo-o, this little guy, he turns into an interesting Pokemon. Hakamo-o, he's dragon and fighting. And then Kommo-o, dragon and fighting as well, with the same abilities. So let's take a look at... Hakamo-o, I think that's his name. I gotta get used to all these names, man. There's too many of them. But this is interesting because it's Kommo-o. Yeah, sure, he's got a unique move, Clanging Scales. That's cool and everything, but Dragon Fighting, that typing is like 4 times weak against Fairy, so how's that even gonna work? I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I'm kind of having doubts about him because, like, if he comes across a Fairy type, he needs to get out of there. But, I mean, having a fighting type, if he learns close combat, that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, so let's go and learn a little bit more about both these Pokemon. Scaly Pokemon, Hakamo-o, Bulletproof and Soundproof. Bulletproof is kind of decent. I mean, Soundproof's going to be good in case someone... in case you have a Pixelate Sylveon that comes on board with Hyper Voice, or what is that, Mega Gardevoir with Hyper Voice. Soundproof is going to be really good for you, so that's going to prevent the Fairy type attack from attacking with that specific move, but who's to say they're not packing another Fairy move? So, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting, and it's a good balance, I feel. Alright, so when Jangmo-o evolves into Hakamo-o, it breaks from its fellows and begins to live on its own to train itself. Interesting. Where it can find, whenever it can find Pokemon to battle against, it seems to appear. Hakamo-o dances before battle to show its strength, clanging its scales together to make them ring out. This dance, when this dance reaches its climax, Hakamo-o bellows a fierce war cry and challenges its opponent. Okay. Its scales make for fine armor, so Hakamo-o doesn't worry about self-defense as it makes multitudes of strikes and overwhelms its opponents. But, as a result, its scales often become damaged and get torn off. They grow back immediately, so this does not cause Hakamo-o undue concern. In fact, it views the number of lost scales as proof of how ferociously it has fought, and it brandishes its bared arms in boast of victory. That's pretty hardcore, Hakamo-o. And you can see his evolutions right over here. He evolves into the Kommo-o. Scaly Pokemon. Same thing, Dragon Fighting. I don't know. That's a lot of weaknesses that I don't know if I'm comfortable with yet. But who knows? He's going to be the new Dragon type, so we'll see, depending on what his stats are. Alright, so at the end of Harsh Training, Hakamo evolves into this overwhelmingly powerful form. It returns to the land of its birth, where it watches over the Jangmo-o from a distance. There's a legend that says Kommo-o is covered in glittering scales. In order to drive away great darkness covering the world, the reason these Pokemon seek out battle is to gain the power needed to defeat this darkness. When it detects someone approaching, this Pokemon rings the scales on its tail to announce its presence. It has no desire to battle against weak Pokemon. Kommo-o's greatest move is the uppercut. Yeah, we saw him uppercut Garchomp. That was awesome. It swings its arms up from below in a punch of great skill and force, sending its foe flying into the sky. By raising its arms aloft, it can generate a force powerful enough to change the face of the surrounding landscape. Wow. Clanging Scales is a move that only Kommo-o can learn. It scrapes up the scales covering its body against one another, attacking with great clamor. After using this move, Kommo-o's defense is lowered. Okay. So, Clanging Scales, I mean, it has to be very strong. If you're going to get a defense drop after using it, it's got to be very strong. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Let's move on back. Okay, so now we're learning a little bit about Bounsweet. Bounsweet turns into Steenee. Ooh, cute. Cute. We like Steenee. And we also like Tsareena. Tsareena and Steenee. I like their abilities. I think that they're going to be pretty cool. Of course, this NFE Pokemon over here is going to be decent, but it's really all about the main full evolution. Okay, Tsareena's unique ability is Queenly Majesty, where you block the priority moves. That's pretty cool. And you've got a new move called Trop Kick. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about them by switching over to the Pokemon. So that's very interesting. So let's look at these two guys. Okay, so Steenee over here, Fruit Pokemon, Leaf Guard, and Oblivious. Leaf Guard is probably a better one, I would say. Leaf Guard, in case the harsh sunlight is out, you don't get effects of sleep or something like that. Oblivious is where you don't get infatuated. So I would say Leaf Guard would be a little bit better. But if Oblivious is a hidden ability, then you'll want that, because that will turn into the next Majesty ability. Anyway, the calyx on Steenee's head is harder than Bounsweet's, so Steenee no longer worries about being stabbed by other Pokemon. Okay. As Bounsweet, this Pokemon may have preferred to run away from others, but now Steenee and other Pokemon can play together. Upon evolving, this Pokemon's fragrance becomes more delectable, but it also gains a tomboy-like personality. Living together with one is quite the ordeal. As it moves around, it spins its calyx, striking nearby objects, but Steenee couldn't care less. Steenee unleashes combo moves using the calyx on its head and its hard legs. Okay. First, it smacks its opponents with the calyx on its head, and then, when the opponent flinches, it lands a whacking great kick. That usually does the trick. Okay, that is very interesting. So there's a little bit about Steenee. Now, Tsareena is going to be pretty cool. Tsareena has the ability Queenly Majesty. That sounds pretty cool. Blocking priority moves? That's good. That's very good. All right, looking at the design, little crown over here, that looks great. Some nice long legs, got some pretty cool hair. Yeah. All right, Tsareena has the nature of a high-class nobility. Any Pokemon or human that approaches it with an evil mind will be punished forthwith. Wow. It even turns its fearsome glare upon its own trainer if the two of them are not fully in sync, or if the trainer orders it to use a move that will be ineffective. Whoa. Only the strongest of Steenee are able to evolve. When this happens, the Steenee evolves with the blessing of other Steenee. It then uses its strength to protect the Bounsweet. Okay. Tsareena is a high-kicking virtuoso. It has honed these skills beyond the level it has achieved as a Steenee, and it attacks with graceful movements. At the same time, its fragrance mesmerizes its opponents, dealing them a secondary attack. Trop Kick is a move that only Tsareena can learn. It lowers an opponent's attack by showering it with blazing hot kicks in a style similar to that originating from tropical countries. It is said that this Pokemon loses its strength if touched on the crown, like protuberance on its head. Wow, interesting. So, Trop Kick lowers your attack by one stage. Maybe by 2 stages, I don't know. That would be very good. Wow, if it lowered by 2 stages, good luck. Rest in peace. All right. Some Tsareena have the Queenly Majesty ability, which no other Pokemon previously had. The effects of Queenly Majesty are so intimidating that it prevents opponents from using priority moves. Very good. Very, very good. I wonder how that's going to work on doubles. So there's no priority moves in doubles whenever Tsareena's on the field. That's cool. If that's the case, that is very cool. All right, moving on. We're going to learn about the little bee. This little bee here. Ribombee. Honey Gather and Shield Dust. No, that's alright. Honey Gather's okay, right? Ribombee. Wait. That was it? That's really all we got from Ribombee? Oh, man, come on. I guess Ribombee was just like there. You know, he's not really super hyped up. Shield Dust is probably the better of the two of them. Ribombee Collect flour, nectar, and pollen to make balls known as pollen puffs. These serve as food, and what's more, they can also cause effects like paralysis or dizziness. Ribombee may use puffs to strike their opponents during battles. Some of the pollen puffs that Ribombee make also have relaxing effects or can relieve tiredness. These are distributed around the Alola region as high-priced supplements. Ribombee hate getting rained on. They're covered with fluffy hairs that hold the pollen they've gathered, and rain makes them wet and dry. Alolan people know that if Ribombee are busily visiting the fields of flowers, you can be sure that fair weather will continue. That's pretty good. Yeah, Shield Dust, Honey Gather gives you a slight chance of gathering the item Honey, kind of like the ability Pickup. And of course, Shield Dust prevents you from secondary effects on moves against you. I.e., if someone body slams you, you won't have a chance of getting paralyzed. Or if someone ice beams you, you won't have a chance of getting frozen. So that's pretty decent. He's probably going to be some of the... Ribombee is going to be like at the very beginning of the game and probably won't be used too competitively. We'll see. We shall indeed see. All right. Moving on to my favorite of the trailer. I don't know. Muk? Grimer? Rainbow Sherbert? I don't know. What is this? What's going on? Okay, so yes, now they've earned the Dark type, and now they have an Alola form. So they have to adapt because the Alolans, their favorite food is Rainbow Sherbet, and all they do is just dump Rainbow Sherbet all over the place. And you can see the crystals in his mouth, so he's got like teeth now. So that's pretty interesting. Gaining the dark, Gaining the dark trait of Muk. That's pretty interesting. So let's talk about it. Let's learn a little bit more about Rainbow Sherbet. Okay, so here we go. Alolan Grimer. You know, I don't really care about Grimer as a Pokemon, to be honest. I mean, he's one of the 151, the original Gen 1 Pokemon that I never used. Nor have I ever used Muk, so... I don't know, why did he get an Alolan form? Come on now. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Alright, Sludge Pokemon, Poison Dark now. That's interesting. So you're going to prevent the Psychic ability from hitting your super effective Poison type. That's pretty decent. And of course, Poison and Dark, the Poison typing negates the super effectivity of fighting moves. That's pretty good, I would say. Anyway, so when the population of the Alola region increased, dealing with their garbage became a serious problem. As a solution, Grimer were imported from other regions. Interesting. They fed primarily on garbage, so their body composition changed, as did their form. What appeared to be teeth in this I didn't notice that. Yuck. Ugh. That looks really disgusting. Anyway, what appear to be teeth in this Pokemon's mouth are in fact residual toxins from the garbage it eats, which have hardened and crystallized. No method has been discovered to break down these crystals. Direct contact with them presents a danger. Yeah, looks like a hippo that's going to bite your arm off. Alolan Grimer is always eating garbage, but its constant hunger will cause it to begin eating other manufactured objects if it runs out of garbage to feed on. There are more than 100 Alolan Grimer in Alola's garbage processing plants, and all the garbage produced in the Alola region is taken for use as their food. Alright, good. So now that we know that the Alola region has the ability to recycle, so that's good. Go green, right? Go green with Green Grimer. Gotcha. Alright, let's learn about Muk. Ugh, look at this thing. Rainbow Sherbet. Yuck. Anyway, Poison Touch, Gluttony. Poison Touch is going to be decent. Gluttony may be a little bit better if you have him equipped with a berry. Poison Touch, if you do a physical attack on him, you have a chance of getting poisoned. Gluttony, if you have an equipped berry on Muk, he'll eat it at 50% health rather than eating it at 25% health, like regular Pokemon. Anyway, so here we go. Alolan Muk eats whatever it is in reach without pausing, and it feels the sharp pangs of hunger. It runs amok. Come on! Come on! Anyway. Though it's thought that its voracious appetite stems from an inability to maintain its energy levels without a constant influx of toxins. Toxins have accumulated in Alolan Muk's body from its steady diet of various waste products and manufactured materials. This accumulation has brought about a chemical change, producing a new kind of toxin. Alolan Muk has the same poisonous crystals as Alolan Grimer, but they're not limited to its mouth. They extend from all over the surface of its body. Alolan Muk used them to attack, just like other Pokemon use their fangs or claws. And these highly toxic crystals are easily knocked loose, making them extraordinarily dangerous. Ooh, weird. Imagine getting scratched by that. The Grimer and Muk in the Alola region produce and store their toxins within their bodies. So unlike Grimer and Muk in other regions, you won't detect any unpleasant aromas when you draw near one. That's great. I still remember the episode of the anime where Ash and company go to like the city and there's like Grimer and Muk and they have to like hold their nose because it smells so bad. That's good. That's good. He's very fragrant or no, non-fragrant. That is so interesting. Rainbow sherbet, ladies and gentlemen. Rainbow melted rainbow sherbet, okay? So whenever you go to an Alolan ice cream shop, just don't drop your rainbow sherbet or your Superman ice cream on the ground because then it'll turn into a Muk. Just saying. Anyway, let's continue on. So we got some new trainers here. Oh, this is great. Olivia looking really good. The Kahuna of Akala Island, and she is a rock type pseudo gym leader, but they're called Kahunas this time around. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, we're learning a little bit about trial captains. This is Alima. Alima specializing in the normal type. So that's pretty cool. We got little trial captains, and you've got Kahunas of the different islands. So let's go through and learn a little bit about Kahunas and the trial captains in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Okay, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Here we go. We're going to click right over here. And we can click over here, introducing new trainers. All right, so the Kahunas of each island, and then, of course, some trial captains. So let's learn a little bit more about these guys. So Kahunas lead each island. Each of Alola's 4 islands has a leader called an Island Kahuna, who governs the island. Kahunas are chosen by Pokemon, known as the Guardian Deities, which are also found on each island. Very cool. So we have over here is Olivia, the Kahuna of Akala Island, the second island you visit on your island challenge. Her skill is extraordinary, as can only be expected from someone chosen to serve as a Kahuna at such a young age. Yet, she still insists that she is just a normal girl. Very cool. Hala, we've seen him before. Hala is a Kahuna of Melee Island, where you just moved to, and is your rival Hao's grandfather. His skill is renowned in the Alola region. He gives you your first partner Pokemon and expects great things from you. So that's cool. So we know 2 of the 4 Kahunas on the islands. That's very cool. So now let's go through and learn a little bit more about the trial captains by clicking over here. So, trial captains, each trial has a captain whose role is to provide guidance to trial goers. All the captains are trainers who undertook trials in their own island challenge a few years earlier. So right over here, we've got the normal type Pokemon expert, Captain Ilima. Graduated from the trainer school and is a hero to students of that school. Captain Ilima. All right, awesome. Of course, we learned about some more of them. Lana is a captain who is an expert with the water type Pokemon. She is dedicated to her family and is a reliable older sister who watches over her younger sisters. Reminds me a little bit about Brock, right? Because he's got like a billion siblings and he has to watch over them all. Captain Mallow, this is an interesting one. The name Mallow reminds me of Super Mario RPG. Is an expert with the grass-type Pokemon. She loves cooking, but it seems that her taste is a bit peculiar. So she looks pretty cute with the whole ladle over there, a little cooking aspect, little maybe fishing aspect with Lana over here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And of course, we've seen Sophocles in a couple trailers before. Specializing in electric-type Pokemon, Captain Sophocles is good with mechanics and has invented various machines. You can see his little keychain over here with his electrode. You've got a little Pikachu. I don't know if that's an amiibo. I don't know. But he's typing on a little keyboard over here with his little Game Boy Link cable and his Pikachu-esque scarf. Looking cool. So, of course, then we have Kiawe is a captain whose expertise is in the fire-type Pokemon. Together with his Marowak, he studies traditional dances that have been passed down in the Alola region. This guy looks pretty hardcore. So, fire-type captain. Interesting. Yeah, so there's the captains, ladies and gentlemen, trial captains. All right, looking good. Let's head back. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Available November 18th, 2016. But of course, we're going to be playing this game a little bit earlier because there's going to be a demo that's going to be coming out. And of course, we're going to get our hands on a new copy. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, to even more Pokemon Sun and Moon content. You guys can stay tuned right over here to this channel to watch the full playthrough of the demo. You guys can see the full playthrough of the demo right over here, the recommendation for it. Of course, if you guys want to see the full playthrough of the game, 100% walkthrough, Let's Play of Pokemon Sun and Moon, you guys can click right over here. And of course, newest video on my channel there. If you guys want to help support the channel, definitely take a look at some Abdallah merch over here. And of course, I can't wait. This is going to be great. Pokemon Sun and Moon is going to be the most hyped game for the entire holiday season. It's going to be so good. So, if you guys have enjoyed the analysis video, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you guys have anything else to contribute with competitive sets or anything else that I may have missed in the analysis, definitely let me know as well. So, we'll see you guys on the next Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer analysis. Take care.